everybody.
I'm Nisha,
And I'm Nisi.
and we're sisters with itch to say.
And yes, we're real sisters.
Now let's get into it.
All right. So we've had a busy weekend.
Yes,
Sorry. Yesterday was my son's birthday party and everything. So we're gonna take you guys along with us today because we eating a little bit at a restaurant, a restaurant near us, called Mandy's.
Yeah, it's a soul food restaurant that's in Bolingbrook, Illinois.
And yeah, so this is my first time going there and having anything. It's your first time.
Well, it's not really my first time. I've tried something there before, but it was okay the last time I had it.
So since we're talking, we're gonna be talking and eating, and then we just gonna, let y'all know. So if y'all ever in the Bolingbrook area, you want to get some soul food, you can just, stop by Mandy's, and if you choose to do so.
So look, I got the oxtails, some mac and cheese, some cabbage, and a little cornbread muffin here. Y'all gonna see the pictures. We're gonna add some pictures into the link. I also got some shrimp and grits. So look, I don't even know if we can put this in now. But look, the shrimp and grits, let me tell you something. Y'all can see it a little bit, right? It's a little messy, a little greasy, but it actually, I don't know. We're gonna
So I got greens and macaroni and cheese and beef short ribs. And I'll try to show y'all. Everything. Look, greens, macaroni, and beef short ribs. And it comes with the muffin, so you got the muffin. I'm not a big cornbread fan, so yeah. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not gonna eat my muffin, but okay.
I'm gonna try mine because I do like the cornbread. But we did also get some desserts just to try, to give y'all a good review. Now, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. The last time I had it, that first time I had the pound cake, and Nisha wasn't no fan for real, okay? But I'm gonna try the banana pudding. We're gonna try the peach cobbler and the sweet potato pie. Okay, we're gonna let y'all know what they do. And we got ish to say about everything, and we're gonna have ish to say about how good it is to us. Okay? That's our opinion.
Everybody has their own taste.
Right. Now look, this macaroni and cheese is all right. We end up in your kitchen, but it's decent. What you think?
I'm really kind of particular about my macaroni.
Yeah.
As far as restaurants go, I mean, it's okay. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's just good.
Right.
It's not grandma's macaroni and cheese. It's not your grandma's macaroni and cheese, but
It's decent. I'll say this.
okay.
If you like the Chick-fil-A macaroni, you might like that one to me. I think it's about the same to me. The cabbages, it didn't look like it was seasoned for real at first glance, because that's what my sister said, like, oh, don't look like they seasoned that cabbage for real. But it's really not, it's not, it ain't bad. I ain't like, ugh, but it's okay. It's all right.
The greens not hitting it for me.
You know what? I think I had the greens last time, and I think I'm going to have to agree. They look a little dry.
Yeah, the greens not hitting it for me. It's not, they're a little sweet. I don't know what's going on with that. They're a little sweet.
I think the cabbage is better. I recommend the cabbage is better as far as in restaurants. But now the shrimp and grits, I'm gonna tell you, the shrimp and grits seem to be pretty good. My husband came by and got a little taste, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's decent. Yeah, the shrimp and grits seem to be pretty good for real."
Now the short ribs, I got short ribs. The short ribs are that. I mean, the short ribs are good.
I'm gonna go ahead and taste one of these oxtails. I've had oxtails.
They season pretty well.
Yeah, they look okay. They look good.
The short ribs are good.
Right.
Mhm.
It's been this thing going around the internet talking about, would you rather have dinner with Jay-Z, okay, or receive $500,000? And surprisingly, let me tell you, it is really kind of split down the middle. I was surprised because I'm like, 500K me, okay? Give me the money. All right? What you think?
I think it depends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if so, like if I'm somebody in the music industry and I'm trying to get on, I probably would want the dinner with Jay Z. I probably would want the dinner with
Okay,
Jay
but
Z if
see,
I'm in the music
but
industry.
there was no guarantee that Jay-Z is going to talk about no business. We might just be here for dinner. We really just might be here for dinner. You might get down there and want to be like, oh, so look, check out. And he'll be like, no, this ain't Jet. Like, I'm here to enjoy my meal. You know, I do business all the time. And you done lost your $500,000.
Okay,
When you
but
could have used the 500K to do something different.
okay, but even with that, so even if he doesn't come there to speak business,
Mm-hmm.
you can still have a good conversation, and you can still network, and you can still possibly add him to your network wheel.
Give me the money, okay? Show me the money. All right? I need the 500K. Period.
I mean, I don't know. It depends. Now, me just being just regular me, I'm definitely gonna want the money because I mean,
You have more money, you have more opportunities to, get
yeah,
into some more places to meet some more people with some influence because it's just not on guarantees there. And I hate to lose out on my money and being able to better my situation
I don't
with
know.
500K. That's a lot of money.
But it depends on how your conversation goes with Jay Z. You could have a really good conversation with
Key
Jay
word
Z.
is depends. Look, that 500K is in my hand, okay? Give me the money.
I mean, that's true. But if I'm in the music industry, basically, if you're in the music industry, it's pretty much who you know. So if I'm sitting down and I'm making connections with Jay Z, then I'm pretty much I'm in a good situation. So I don't know. If I was in the music industry, I would probably do the dinner with Jay Z. But just regular me, yeah, I'll take the money.
It is what it is. But look, it was something we really did have a good time. The baby boy yesterday for his birthday. We had the bouncy house. The kids really, really did enjoy themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that, you know what? Because I was like exhausted. Like I said, this was a busy weekend. I was exhausted, and I'm just always conscious as to what type of mother I am. So sometimes I go. Sometimes I do too much. Sometimes I may go over and beyond because I'm always just thinking like, okay, well, what type of childhood they're gonna have. So, I have a son. You have three sons, and which two of them are grown. So, if any of your sons had like a negative view of black women, like they just did not want to deal with black women at all, just like I don't never want to date black woman. Anything other than black is good for me. Like, how would that make you feel as a mother?
Offended word. Offended. Because why do you have such a negative view on black women, period? Like, I would feel as though, you know, like, I'm an example of a black woman. So, if I'm an example, how is it that you're so anti-black women? Because you would have to see that at least one black woman is not like that, and most males feel as though their mother signify kind of is the epitome of what women should be. That's the way you would want your son to view women.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. You want to be a good example for your boy. So if my son was so like, I would feel like it's kind of a dig at me, and maybe I shouldn't feel that way, but I would. Because what somebody else's opinion doesn't necessarily have anything to do with you. But by him growing up in the home with me, and like I'm his first example of what a woman is. I don't know. I would feel offended. How would you feel about it?
So, first of all, it's like so many different type of people in the world
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have to just be you don't have to just like if you black you don't just have to like black women, or you don't just Hispanic women,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you love who you love,
Right. Yeah. Most definitely.
but I think sometimes the issue comes in when a black man, or when a black man dates a woman outside of his race, he kind of feels like he's kind of like made a step up, like he's got an upgrade. And to me, it's like, okay, if you've been around your black mama, your black aunties, your black grandma, like, how do you feel? How do you actually feel about your own black mama if you think when you're dating outside of your race, that is a step up? Now, it's nothing wrong with you, like if you're dating outside of your race and you just have a woman and she's just a really good woman and you just really in love with her, regardless of what color she is.
Right.
But you just meeting this woman, and the first thing that you describe is, if she's Hispanic or if she's white, like, like you upgraded from, like, you upgraded a new car. And it's like, where does that type of thinking come from? Is it an example of is it the example that your mama gave you?
Well, could it possibly just be them being a product of their environment, like in a way, what they've been raised around? Because there are some men who, they feel as though if you grew up in a certain community and that's all that was around. So maybe that's part of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's maybe they felt like maybe something happened with them at some point with women of their own race that they felt like they were not attracted to them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, because I remember Dennis Rodman saying that before. It was like, I like black girls, but they didn't never like me, and I was used to dating white girls. That just happens to be that's who I date because that's who's always dated me. So it's kind of like I like who like you.
But that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just wasn't indignant. Like, I would never date a black woman. Like, no.
It was a story that was going on with some athletes. I think they were football players, and I think they were all dating white women or married to white women or whatever. They were on some boat or something, and it was recorded with them kind of just bashing black women and saying, basically like a black woman could never. And it's like, why is that so important for you to? I don't know. Why is that? Like, that cannot be the only reason you like anybody is because they're just not black. And like, anybody knows they're not black. Like, that's very offensive. So if it were my child, I would feel like, well, damn, you feeling that strong about that thing that you just, yeah, it would be hurtful to me in a sense that I would feel offended. Like maybe it was some example that I gave, something that I was doing that rubbed off on him the wrong way. And he was like, oh, I couldn't deal with this type of woman.
But you know what? And then, in certain situations, like, these men actually absolutely love their mom. It's not like they have like an underlying issue, like they have underlying mommy issues.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, it's just because a person loves their mother or father. Look, that don't mean you would want to be with somebody that's like them.
Yeah.
Because it could be just their ways that maybe you saw them interact with other men in a relationship and stuff that they may have messed around and saw that you maybe didn't know that they saw, perhaps, you know? And they was like, oh, see, I don't like my mama. Like, why is she doing like that? Or why is she doing this? And he seemed to be a good guy. Or even if it's their own father, because I've seen that happen before. I've seen boys feel like their mother has that overbearing, to trying to run over the daddy. And it's like, and they look at their father like, why you let her do that? Like, well, when I get older, and we all kind of big kids and be like, when I get older, it's not gonna be like this. So they tend to go that way. So maybe it's just that they feel like, if my mom is like this, well, I'll be damned if anybody else any better. Could be that too. But either way, I'm still offended, honestly, because it's something about me you don't like.
But also on the flip side, not being about me or not being about my sons, just being a black woman, period. There are certain stereotypes that everyone has.
This is true, yes.
Like, don't lump me in on that just because your mama was ignorant. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if your mama was loud, ignorant, had a lot of men in and out, and they was your uncles, don't lump me in with that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a few things that we can get into that men may not particularly care for that they've seen. Like some women have a habit of introducing too many men to their children. Period. And I've seen children become heartbroken because another man is leaving the house. So my daddy left, now this man leaving, now this man leaving. Like, we gotta be careful as to how we raise our sons and daughters.
Yeah,
because they see that example. And either they're going to say, because even myself as a child growing up, I've looked at things and said, yeah, I don't like that. Or, oh, I want to be like that when I grow up. What you don't want is to get your kid, like it's so many things that can affect that. That whole thing. We are basically a product of our environment, of our experiences, So as you become an adult, everything that you've experienced is what created who you are. And some people either duplicate what they saw or want to stay the heck away from it. So it's up to you what you expose your children to. And that don't necessarily always mean that you hate your mother or father. But it can mean that it's something about you that they still didn't really care for.
Like, I just think like it's like an underlying disdain. Like I love you, but I don't really like you.
That's how I would take it too.
Yeah.
I would kind of take it that way. And I've seen other people, and I'll be looking like, when you see your son say that kind of stuff, that don't make you feel like, but how do you ask somebody that? That don't make you feel some type of way? And some people think it's funny or cute. I would feel offended. That's me personally.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To answer your question, I would feel a way about it. I would still be like, well, damn, what was I doing? What, what could have brought this on? And it goes vice versa, because I believe some men would feel that way even if it were their daughters. Whenever you see, because nobody can lump one group and say this is everybody.
Yeah.
I saw one or two people act a certain way, so not all of them act this way. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's too much.
But maybe not so much. Maybe not one or two. Maybe not, maybe not one or two, but I just think sometimes, depending on the person, that one example holds weight. Like some people, like even okay, the way that some people may parent, and they probably just doing the best that they can. But that child grows up and been like, you know what? I don't want to have children with no woman that's gonna talk to her kids like this, or that's gonna do that, with their kids. My mama did this with me, and
And
they might
also,
not, and they might not have seen it anyway. Like they might have not even seen that with their grandmother, but they saw it with their mama, and that left so much of an impression that they're just like, I don't want to deal with black women. Period.
I guess, you know, wow. This is why it's very important as to you being careful with how you raise your kids. But I think that's true in any instance. Just like you can have people that feel like, oh, my mother whooped me as a kid. I'm not whooping my kids. They just see things that they either relate to or absolutely don't relate to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And if they see too much on one end, they may tend to say, yeah, I'm just not dealing with this period. I don't think it can just be one thing that happened. I think it's gonna have to just be the personalities that they're seeing overall. Because one thing's not gonna totally turn you off. It's just because you don't know how a certain experience is gonna hit you.
Yeah. But like I said, like I don't know. I just always think that when I hear men that feel like that have like a negative view of black women, I just think that a lot of times it starts with their black mom.
At home. Yeah.
It started at home with their black mom. I mean, because a lot of times people try to blame it on TV. People try to blame it on like love and hip hop, and like we all know that that's for entertainment. But like, well, I mean, it's different.
You know what? Because the reason I'm saying no, you may know that, but somehow your subconscious starts to develop an opinion. Because people overseas sometimes develop their opinions based on TV if they've never experienced black people. And a lot of times, the image that's portrayed on television, we know is TV. But people somehow subconsciously still, just like with music, how music influences people. And I was one person who didn't believe it. I'm like, people know this is just music. Like but people are influenced by things that they see, that they partake in, that they not partake, but they inhale, that they're watching and listening to. They do, because it affects how they dress. It affects the drinks they buy. It affects everything subconsciously. So I think maybe even still, you're kind of affected. You're trying to the peach cobbler.
The peach cobbler is okay.
Is it? Oh, look, I've been hitting these oxtails. The oxtails, they're pretty good. Y'all seen I ain't stop eating. So look, my baby is a banana pudding person, right? He just came in the room. I let him try it. But I'm gonna see, because it look like it ain't no box mix. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I am a banana pudding snob. I don't like no mix. I need you to go and get up on that stove and mix that custard, baby. But I'm about to try this banana pudding and see what it do. Okay, let me take a little sip of my drink. So look, we mix these drinks up over here. This is what we do, and that's what I'm drinking. It's a mix with Ciroc, the summer citrus, which let me tell you, we mix it with some ginger ale, some Tropicana orange juice, some pineapple juice. Is that it?
Yeah.
I think so, yes. And let me tell you, it's a hit. Okay. Let me take a little sip real quick so I can get a little taste. JJ, you want to come on real quick and take a taste? Yeah. Get you a spoon, baby. I might give it to you because I ain't really in no mood for the banana pudding for real. You want to say hi to the people? So look, he got on his Honey Boy shirt. He has his own channel, you all. It's a podcast called what, baby?
Honey Y'all Podcast.
It's a sports podcast. I'm not into sports, so you know. He gonna give y'all his honest review on the banana pudding.
And he got a good old big helper,
He got a good big helpy. This was impromptu, so let's see what it gonna do.
It's decent.
It's decent. It's okay. Like I said, no, we're not up in our kitchen now. You know, you just got a little for Mandy's and Bolingbrook. You want the rest, baby? I'm gonna go ahead and get to my son. I wasn't in the mood for the banana pudding. But it is decent. I'm gonna take a taste of the peach cobbler myself and see what that's hitting on to.
Now you know when I eat the peach cobbler, I don't like the peaches. I just be wanting
Yes,
the
I like the
cobbler.
crust too.
I just
I'm
be
a
wanting
crust
the
person.
cobbler.
Y'all like more crust, more cobbler?
I just be wanting the
I
cobbler.
like the cobbler. Mm.
I mean, to me it was okay. It was
Let me get a
okay.
little bit more crust. Let me say
See, I had more crust than you. They gave me a better one. So you had more peaches. I
I
had
got
more
some
crust.
crust. I got a good little bit of crust. We're gonna see. Let me. Mm.
I mean, it was okay. Like you
okay,
said,
huh?
it's not. It's.
You eat sweet
It's.
potato pie?
I do not eat sweet potato pie.
I'm gonna try that too. 'Cause
Mm.
Look, we went on ahead and just made it do what it do since we was there. So y'all take a look at the sweet potato pie. I'm gonna take a little bite real quick. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a fan of patty pies. Okay, it's too spicy for me. But I'm gonna taste this.
So it don't make you want to sing like Patty.
Mm. You know what? Let me take one more bite of this here. Need a little more crust. It ain't bad. Yeah, I got this thing I do when I'm tasting food. I cook a lot, so I'm very picky about food. Let me see. It's okay. It kind of got a little spiciness to it. I think it's cloves or something. I don't know.
Mm.
But it's all right. It's better than a patty pie.
Mm.
So if you like a patty pie, you should like Mandy's pies too. It's decent.
Mm. But yeah, so we kind of got off subject a little bit.
Yeah, I seen over there digging in the peach cobbler. That's all we had to review the little review on the thing.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just whenever I would hear anybody just have like a negative, but like what we were talking about with the whole thing with TV. But like if you never see anyone act like that, like if your mom isn't like I can't see you feeling that way about black women based off of love and hip hop.
No.
If your
I
mom,
don't see that.
if you've never seen your mom act that way,
Yeah.
or if it's never anything in your mom that you don't see that you just like, okay, well, I don't want that in a woman.
So
Like,
you saying that even if you watch the Love and Hip Hop,
mm-hmm.
if you didn't somehow see that in your mama too a little bit, you wouldn't necessarily pull that gather that isn't how women act. Period.
Yeah.
I can see how that make better sense too. Because look, when we're talking about what other people see on the outside,
Mhm.
that are not black.
Yeah.
When we're talking about overseas and all that,
Yeah.
those people don't have anything else. Not saying none of them do, but for those who don't have never experienced people, black
Yeah.
people.
And then also, like, that's someone else. Like, they don't
Right,
have
that's
a
on the
whole
outside.
different, like, they don't have a view. Like, if I've if I don't have like a lot of white friends and I don't know, I can't say, well, all white people do this because I don't know.
Yes.
But if I'm black and I'm watching black men on TV act a certain kind of way, and my dad is completely different from that, I'm gonna be like, well, I don't want a man to act like these men on TV. I'm gonna want a man. I'm gonna want a man that acts like my daddy.
Right.
And that's the same way. Like if a man sees like these women acting this way on TV, and then they're gonna be like, okay, nah, I don't want just black women, period. But be like, no, I'm gonna try to find someone to act like my mama. But if your mama act a certain kind of way, you're gonna be like, dang, so my mama acting like this, and it's women like this acting like this on TV. I don't want to deal with that. Period. Like I still think it starts in the home.
I agree.
I still think It starts with your mama. So really, do you have a problem with black women in general when you feel like, black women are this type of stereotype or anything? Or do you have an issue with your black mama or your black grandmama? It just either one. Don't matter. Well, that was our conversation for today.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, and as always,
Tell them what they gotta
don't
do.
forget to like, share, and ring that bell, okay?
And subscribe.
Yes.
Gotta subscribe.
Thank you so much, you all, for joining us. And good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.